So, all right, we can now start with some definitions. Okay, we can start with some definitions. The first definition is, what is a shelf sea? Okay, so shelf seas are ocean areas within the 200-meter isobath that comprise coastal oceans and estuaries. Shelf seas have two different features. One is called coastal ocean, the other one is called estuary. And 200 meters is not strict. As I told you, in some regions, it can be deeper. It can be the continental shelf, can be 300, 400 meters, even 500. Okay, but anyway, so this is what we distinguish shelf seas from the open ocean. The open ocean has an average water depth of 4,000 meters. That's the difference. Okay. So coastal oceans have a free connection with the open ocean. They largely display open ocean dynamics modified by shallow water depth and the presence of the coast. And we talk about special features in many lectures. And this is the coastal ocean. Free connection. Essentially, what coastal oceans are regions where you have wide regions of relatively smooth continental shelf, relatively shallow. So what else is there? So estuaries are totally different from coastal oceans. They are narrow, semi-enclosed coastal bodies of water which have a free connection with the open ocean and whose salinity is measurably different from the salinity in the open ocean. So it's not wide, flat areas. Estuaries are essentially either active rivers or historical remnants of river systems, of old river systems. And because of this feature that they are narrow and semi-enclosed, automatically the salinity will be different. Okay, and why is that? Because either they channel low salinity river water into the ocean, or in regions where you have excess evaporation, you get hypersaline features. Okay, so this is what they don't belong to coastal oceans. Estuaries is a separate group. Okay, estuaries are connected to coastal ocean, but they are not part of coastal. Okay, then in addition to, we can also now think about what are the adjacent marginal seas that we talked about before. They're separated from the open ocean by topographic features, islands, for example, okay, or rich systems, but display the dynamics of the open ocean. Okay? And then the last definition that we had actually is that's Mediterranean seas. They have limited communication with the open ocean, and the exchange circulation with the open ocean is dominated by density difference. Okay? You will see that they're actually similar to estuaries because the exchange circulation is also dominated by density differences, but Mediterranean seas have these deep basins and they are large regions, and they actually also can have wind-driven gyres and stuff like that. And finally, something we are not going to talk about much is the coastal zone is really only a nearshore zone to a depth of 5 meters. Okay, and this is just within, you have coastal zones as part of the coastal ocean. Okay, so just the nearshore water, and indeed also as part of estuaries. All right, good. And this is important to learn these definitions, and I think there's a little bit more here. Definition examples. So here are just examples of what we call adjacent seas, Mediterranean seas, what we call coastal ocean, what we call estuaries. Okay, and you already learned about the Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea is an example of a positive estuary. we also learned a little bit about the North Sea, which belongs to the coastal ocean. Another example of coastal ocean is the Great Great, oh, fucking hell.